What's going to happen if you let something powerful through?
Let's find out. Let's see if we let something powerful through. So, for the last time today, Misfits take on Nerv.
Vladimir.
Misfits ban out the Vlad again.
I think we've seen Selfie be incredibly successful on this pick overall.
But they would have first pick priority on that. So unless they were worried of like the Swain or something like that coming out in response, little surprised that you'd ban it on blue side. But
Rise banned as well. Are they maybe trying to get their hands on the Caitlyn here? Just banning out everything else?
I mean, yeah, but Nerv banned the Caitlyn last time anyway.
That's true.
So it's a strange one.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
All right, we saw, I believe, 5 AD carry bans in an earlier set today. Now we have 4 mid lane bans. Are we going to make it 6?
Well, we got Nidalee and Kindred normally are banned out here.
Especially away from Wisdom.
Nidalee wasn't banned last game, though. Okay.
Trundle following up. This one has been standard in the set thus far. Aurelia banned as well. Caitlyn is up and available for Hans Sama. Kindred up for Wisdom.
Is it first pickable, though?
Selfie's Lissandra, too. I mean, there's so much power here. Fizz, the pickup for Alphari. We really questioned this pick in our previous game, and while I do think this is an incredibly strong pick, giving up both the Kindred and the Caitlyn first rotation, just raw power, could be in the favor of Nerv here if that's the way they want to go. That's
such a strange first pick in this scenario with, as you said, priority on Caitlyn that we saw before, the junglers that are available. Everything goes in, like against this, with the mid lane priority in the bans as well. Unless you're putting Fizz mid lane, it's such a weird one to just go first pick Fizz. But obviously you want to take it away from Wicked. I don't actually feel like it had too much impact as we were talking about before, picks and bans. So strange, but we'll see how they go with it.
Interesting priority. They are going to respond with the Kindred on the opposite side, but really taking their time with that final pick. And it is going to be the Karma lock-in.
Okay.
This is very odd pick ban. Coming in from both sides. Kindred really makes sense to me. Karma, I would never have considered a high priority pick, but maybe this is an adaptation from Nerv we just don't know enough about yet.
Well, the thing is, nothing really in Ignar's champion pool has been targeted in this scenario. There's no Braum ban. Only the Trundle, if it were being flexed, and that was Misfits themselves banning that out. So clearly they have a strategy to go around that. The Caitlyn is available for Hans Sama. You already talked about that. He had his highlight play last week.
Sorry, I'm just looking, because they were flashing over other stuff, and I was like, if Caitlyn does not get picked second rotation here, I'm going to lose my mind. But it is going to be the Caitlyn, it is going to be the Lissandra, and of course, as you mentioned, Hans Sama, a walking highlight reel on this Caitlyn.
So is Selfie's Lissandra when you look at it. Now we know it's Alphari going to be on that Fizz in the top lane. So for Nerv, where do they go here? Into the Caitlyn with the Karma. Some of the lanes you commonly see into Caitlyn would be Ashe, if you want to play engage and at least have an okay time in the lane. Ezreal and sit back is one of the other ones. With the Karma, honestly, both of them are fine.
Yeah. Interesting to see with the adaptation. Ashe can be picked up as well.
No, don't lock the Maokai. Fizz is a counter matchup to Maokai.
Yeah, you can't really lock him
Straight
down.
Up. Like this, when people were playing a whole lot of Maokai, that was when you played Bruiser Fizz into it. Because you just cannot deal with the Fizz. You can't lock him down. His trading potential is too high in lane. And the fact that he can take Ignite actually just means that, you can reduce a lot of damage, but suddenly your healing is killed. My all-in potential on you is significantly strong until you get, a couple of items under you. So really weird pick. That is not something I would expect.
Wicked going back to the classics in the top lane. Maokai never bad, but definitely not ideal here.
What it does is it fits the rest of the composition. And that's something to look at. You've got a Karma, you've got an Ashe, all looking to engage. You've got Kindred as well to keep people alive. So it's not a lane pick. This is a team pick. And now Wicked just has to make sure that he doesn't get killed and make sure he at least comes out of the laning phase okay.
Of course, is a little bit terrifying playing against the Misfits, known for their solo lane prowess, and of course, final lock-ins coming here on the side of Misfits. Rotation. Ignar going to pick up this Nami, going to make that Caitlyn lane even more terrifying with the ebb and flow there, as well as the Tidecaller's Blessing, and Wisdom sticking to the classics here. Interesting matchup against the Kindred, but will opt for the Rek'Sai here. This has been a more supportive pick for him in the past, and he didn't really see as much success in it when he played it last week. So potentially could be a little bit more vulnerable here.
Yeah, especially if they want to camp for Alphari as well here. Just get somebody that can get into that lane and get things rolling up in that top lane. also key into it. You've got 2 teleports. Now you've got the Rek'Sai ultimate as well. Enough damage coming from other sources that you can lock people down, because you've got crowd control coming from the mid lane. You don't necessarily need it from the top so much.
Well,
okay.
Godbro's Quinn, something that he has picked before. Of course, he played it during the summer. Had a 4-2-9 record in the CSQ, so doing not very well, but did manage to find some success on that champion.
And it's been a pick that Godbro will default to when he doesn't feel like he can bring much else out. It's one that he's used to dominating the lane on. Typically, then playing a slightly different style where they play him on a split push.
Yeah.
Problem is, you're against Alessandra, so now you got Cleanse, which is fine. It means you can't really take too many trades against people because you'll just get Lissandra ulted when that Cleanse is not available.
And on top of that, really hard to could be really hard to successfully use that mobility coming in as well. Because you look at it, it's hard to get into bot lane with all those Caitlyn traps. Nami does a pretty good job of just zoning people out with the tidal wave. I think it's potentially really strong, but like most of Godbro's comfort picks, it's all about snowballing, and that is always a risky bet to try to take in these games.
Yeah, I mean, we have started to see some of Godbro's picks come back. LeBlanc is one of his ones that he likes to pick. I believe there was a Diana this morning in OPL. I saw Frosk tweeting about it.
Nice.
So maybe it'll be an LPL, but it's one
OPL.
difference.
I think it was OPL that was going on this morning. So OPL, which is still awesome. I'm curious to see how Diana works. We heard a lot when Protobelt was first released how oppressive her laning phase could be. So maybe something Godbro looks to pick up in the future. But here you can see it on your screen. I think Misfits can close this out 2-0 with that Super Galaxy Fizz. Hashtag MSF win. On the opposite side, Nerv. I think they can bring it back with Godbro on Quinn. Hashtag NRV win. You guys were pretty one-sided last time. See if these picks have adjusted the way you feel. Of course, moving out, Misfits versus NRV. One final match to close out week 2 of the European Challenger Series. Misfits getting aggressive here as they start to run in. Memento.
Oh, the stack.
Oh my god.
Oh, the challenge.
Oh no, the bait.
Memento.
He's going to try to run into mid lane. Lissandra's there. Is he going to be able to get out? There's people on the opposite side of the wall. Where can he flash? That's going to be first blood. Selfie grabbing that one. Wisdom. Doesn't matter what languages you speak. Dance off in the mid lane seems to be an international way of communication.
I can't believe that worked. I legitimately cannot believe that just resulted in a kill. I just love
my favorite part. Like, what is the communication there on the team? Like, to be fair, I'm not aware of Wisdom's English proficiency. He has spent some time with Giants. Maybe his English is fantastic, but
communicating in Spanish.
What do you what do you say there as a Korean player? You just ping. They're like, we're gonna wait in the bush. Wisdom's like, okay, I got this. Like, presumably understands what they're trying to go for, and then just starts dancing as if to make the bait even better.
I can't believe that just worked. That's so funny. That should never happen. Memento. Honestly, Misfits played it well. They actually brought Ignar around the top side just to make sure that nobody, that there was no flash available.
Exactly.
Oh man.
They do get first blood, but it looks like they may be giving up a decent amount in lane because We Will Failer and Nardius have definitely taken control here. Yeah,
Ignar and Hansama have to kind of concede the first couple of waves here. Just make sure that they can actually take some farm as the minions drop low, but they're never going to be able to compete for that level 2. Hansama will be fine with that though. He'll end up leveling traps first and be able to really even that up the later we go. You can see Selfie is trading, but Godbro knows that without Selfie having real access to everything, there's no way that Selfie can punish Godbro too hard on using that vault. Another couple of levels and Selfie will really punish Godbro pretty hard. Ring of Frost will come out.
Yeah, does manage to get the double Dorns as well off the first blood when we see some trading in top lane, although Wicked's still doing pretty well.
Yeah, and then he's going to realize that as soon as he's in an auto trade with Alphari, it's going to end up badly, but Alphari's no flash. Here comes Memento.
Could be that overextend moment we talked about. Alphari in trouble. He is set to fall down. Flash away. Can he get the kill back? Ignite drops.
He didn't land it. he didn't land the second hit on E. He didn't drop down quite in time and was looking to pick up the kill on Wicked first, but Wicked then got the auto plus dangerous game was enough to keep himself alive. Alphari getting punished for playing aggressively again.
Yep, TP back to top lane, but this is the kind of over-aggression we've talked about. Also, this is the first time I've seen Super Galaxy Fizz. That's a sweet skin.
I love this skin. With the Mega Shark.
I haven't seen
We'll
the Mega
see if
Shark
there's
yet.
like a, what was it, like Mega Shark versus, what was the octopus, that really bad film?
Oh,
Sharknado versus...
Sharknado? Oh, there's a Versus movie?
There is,
Sharknado was bad enough on its own.
There was like 4.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shoutouts to the guy who made those.
I believe
doing
it's
a lot
called
of
the
shout-outs
Sci-Fi
tonight.
Channel.
Doing good. Truly the highest bar for science fiction. As female worm shoots bird lady. Going in. Red buff. Burning down through Godbro. Godbro definitely did not want that trade, but he is going to back out here anyway. And Hansama starting to regain control of the lane here. Starting to get aggressive. 27-18 the CS differential despite Nardius's early pressure.
Yeah, and at this point now it's down to the harassment in lane, plus the just added sustain that Ignar's going to have for Hansama, so Hansama can kind of sit behind the minions for as much as possible.
Oh no.
Wicked.
Wisdom professional
Wicked.
actor only outclassed by Wicked as Alphari tries to make it to safety. TP. Selfie actually going to complete this, maybe just to help push out the wave here.
But look at his mid lane now. Look at the wave that was pushed in towards from Godbro now. Godbro's going to be able to shove this entire thing in, and now we've got a 2v2 top lane with a mid laner and a top laner. Selfie actually just loses a lot of experience for himself, but Wisdom's going to be there to collect it.
Absolutely. Happy to have the CS advantage in the jungle to balance out that first kill that went down onto Kindred. Second kill of the game, of course, after an exciting first blood.
Exciting.
Oh, good use of that vision there coming in from Godbro, making sure he doesn't get flanked. Nice landing from Selfie. Underlord's traded back. Godbro so proactive on these trades. Despite the experience loss there, though, Selfie remains relatively even. Did, of course, get some on the top side. Really, Alphari is the one who had to kind of pay for it in the end.
And again, that's the thing, is Godbro knows he can trade at this point until Selfie hits 6. As soon as Selfie hits 6, Godbro's going to have to think twice every time he does that, because the first time will be his cleanse.
Yeah,
you leap in, second time will be his life.
Yeah, and the terrifying thing is if you leap in and she interrupts you mid-animation, it's that even if you cleanse, you're still directly on top of that Lissandra, and who knows if the jungler's there. Memento, though, he's been pretty proactive this game on the Kindred. Have to see if he sets some attention down on the bottom side, but a very good ward is going to let them know that he is on the Gromp. So.
Look at the top side as well. Fizz has brought the wave in towards him. Alphari is going to drag Wicked out mid lane. Selfie is 6, so doesn't really want to toy with this too much with his health.
But Wisdom is moving in from the back side. Cleanse is available for Godbro. Kindred is moving up. Hop in.
Oh, we missed.
Not gonna grab it. All comes out. Moment of miscommunication there for the team. Selfie potentially in trouble. Memento moving in for this kill. Flash to safety. Flash forward. One auto. One dance of arrows. Memento picks up a kill back. 2-1-0. Wisdom running for his life. They're gonna try to collapse on him.
Selfie was going way too aggressive in that scenario. He was far too low. It was because Wisdom was around. They thought that they could pick up the easy kill, but of course Godbro's just gonna cleanse out of that and go aggressive. It's the execute.
That was a really dramatic death animation.
Yeah,
I've never listened to that.
It's still not as terrifying as Cassiopeia's.
No.
The scream. But you can see why Fizz is a good matchup into Maokai. Even with Maokai being camped for, or at least ganked for twice, still double CS on the Fizz, pretty much.
50
you just
to 26.
cannot afford to lane. It's a horrible, horrible lane to be in. The added damage from the autos, the upfront damage, the W damage is all disgusting. Godbro, now he's caught.
Nice trade coming in from Selfie there. Godbro overextending.
No ult from Selfie in this exchange. It doesn't have it available yet. And that's what I mean, is like, this is where Godbro has to think twice. Because in that scenario, if Selfie has his ultimate available, Godbro's dead.
Absolutely. Something to be very aware of. And you were talking on the top side about how rough the lane can be. Let's look at the bottom too. 20 CS differential there as well. And once again, Misfits yeah, they're not always coming out on top in these trades, but their CS differentials are consistently giving them the gold lead. They're up 1K despite being down that kill.
And this is all because Hansama and Ignar actually played the lane fairly correctly once they recognized they weren't hitting level 2 first. They concede the early part of the lane, back themselves away, and just take control when you know you can, which is as soon as, you know, Nami is able to heal you back up and you have access to everything. So it's just a lot better played from Misfits. The only real way that an Ashe can kind of start taking control of the lane once again, or at least have favorable trades, is if she hits a volley. Nice bubble.
Ooh, good damage. Thunderlord's proc.
Rek'Sai. TP comes
Wisdom,
in from Fizz.
how far he's in as well. Is he going to throw the Shark? Maybe looking to get it. Mega Shark. It's not going to happen, folks.
Nope.
Selfie, though, running for his life
there it
now.
is.
God, bro. Mega Shark. Not going to be much more than a disengaged option. But Misfits now collapsing on the tower. Wicked's going to do what he can on the top side, but Misfits taking control on the bottom lane.
The thing is, Selfie may even look to go top and punish Wicked here if they want to, but honestly, Misfits are in a good position once again. 2k gold up. This time it comes from standard lanes and one turret going down. So, that recoil. The look on Tsepha's face.
I'm trying not to get excited. I shouted Mega Shark twice in the last team fight for no reason at all. I think I need to maybe calm down just a little bit. Mega Shark! Yeah, it's pretty hype. It's just an excellent skin. But Wisdom, gonna get spotted out here, taking a little bit of damage. Wicked's still on the top side, but we can see, or we'll see shortly, that there's just not a whole ton of damage down on that tower. And really, at the end of the day, Misfits coming out on top once again. Not quite a 2k gold lead anymore, but happy to have the 1k advantage at this point in the game.
You know what I want to see?
Mega Shark?
It ties into this. What I want to see is a Fizz ult somebody, and then there's a Janna on that team, and they monsoon them away. So it can be like a Mega Sharknado, because it would still stick to them as they fly. You wouldn't like push the Shark.
What if you push them into the team? Back into the team?
Oh, that would be so sick.
Like, build an insect?
Engage.
Okay.
The Shark set.
LCS players, if you're watching, I want you to make this happen. But
I
only
have a feeling they might be scrimming, although it is a little late for that. They should be in bed, realistically. Maybe not. It's like 10
I won't tell your coaches if you're staying up late. If you play Sharknado.
If we see Sharknado come out, that would be perfect.
Or a Lee Sin kick? My God, the setup potential.
I think we're getting a little too intricate.
All right. We're going to live that dream later, and definitely not a ranked game, but we're going to try to live that dream later.
I feel like we should try. See if we can get that set up.
Yeah.
Blast them back into their own team.
Oh my gosh.
Perfect.
All right.
I've actually broken you with that idea.
I was like, okay, our plans aside, League of Legends.
Hansama
goes in! Why did you go in? That's not at all what you wanted. One misclick could be his death. Godbro knocked up, though. That's a great disengage from Ignar. Trap goes down, Selfie goes in. Boom, baby, double kill for Misfits. My God, what a turnaround.
Great turnaround from a misplay out from Hansama, putting himself in danger with the net there. Manages to get the trap to follow up onto Godbro. And top lane, it's all about Misfits once again. They're pushing in on both turrets at the same time. They're going to have to back away from top for now. And all Memento's getting is an Ocean Dragon?
A consolation prize at best, because Misfits are once again in absolute control of this game. 19.3k to 15.6. Fizz and Rek'Sai getting more damage on the top side. And Wisdom,
he's good.
He's dancing with death here just a little bit. How far are you going to take this one out? And we thought the Fizz was oppressive. It's only going to get worse once this Rift Herald falls.
Yeah, he's looking at the Maokai being like, you've got damage reduction, I've got damage reduction on this one as well. So, Alphari going to take that as he plays Wave Race 64. In fact, it is a submarine.
Wonderful.
Shark submarine. Okay, so let's take another look at this. Hansama. I mean, you can see what he was trying to do. He was trying to dodge out. From here, though, this is where the trap comes in, and he actually traps onto Godbro as he's coming forward. Perfect follow-up from Selfie. And that's all she wrote in that team fight. I mean, pretty straightforward.
Yeah, she wrote murder. It was compelling.
Yeah.
Murder, she wrote.
Yeah.
Boom.
She wrote murder. That's
She
like
wrote
the
murder.
knockoff one.
The budget.
It's like the
when you're like
different
approaching
version.
being an elderly lady, but you don't want to commit quite yet. She wrote murder.
Ah, dear.
Thank God that's not where
I'm
our
pretty
viewer
sure
base
half
is.
of our audience is just like, what are they talking about?
We've never heard of this show. Why would we ever be interested in that? Maybe they think it's really compelling.
Maybe.
They're so young they don't know that it's not compelling at all. So maybe it's better that they haven't seen it.
It's the next version of hipsters. They're going to go back and watch like old TV shows, like real old TV.
Yeah. Well,
Selfie has to watch his back.
Has to be careful here. Ice Shard could save the day. Good flash from Wicked to dodge it. That means Selfie is set to fall. Ash Arrow comes up. TP going in as well. Suddenly there could be the turnaround. Afari doing his best to disengage, but he doesn't have the tools. Mega Shark, though, going to buy him a kill. Selfie, the Lamb's respite. My God, this is disastrous. He's not going to make it out. But such a close exchange in the end. Misfits going 1-for-1 overall.
Oh, so close. Ignar's actually caught behind enemy lines here as Hansama was pushing up through the mid lane. Rek'Sai does not have ultimate available to cut across here, so Misfits are going to have to go down and out to the bottom lane and keep themselves in safe positions here. Man, that was nearly a sweet turnaround. I mean, Selfie did manage to get in there and get a kill onto Wicked himself, but ends up paying with his life. Nearly a great escape. Oh, Alphari.
Does have a tower if he can make it to safety, but does he have the time? Moving in, burning down. Kill dropping, and a stack goes up for Memento, but Misfits are on the bottom side.
They're getting towers. Every time they're giving away like single kills, they're getting towers in exchange for it. So Misfits are just taking the more valuable objectives time and time again in this game.
5K gold lead at just about 15 minutes. Selfie heading up to top to defend from the multiple 80 carry threat on the opposite side. We will failure, though, potentially ready for a dive. Selfie, though, sniffs this one out, is going to back off. And finally, NRV, this is an NA, are going to, no, they're not even going to be able to grab that. Oh my gosh, burning down. Is he going to be able to kill him? Good shutdown from Selfie. We liked it for those 1v1 outplays, but he is going to drop as well. Maybe a little questionable.
I mean, he was 1v4.
Yeah, but he had no
I would
reason.
say quite questionable.
I thought you were saying like he was 1v4. It's good that he got a kill out of there in the end. I was like, he didn't have to go in.
No, that was more of
God.
a...
No one broke
Nardius.
that tunnel. Nardius is set to fall here. Great tunnel coming in from Wisdom and NRV. That's not a mistake you can afford to make.
How long has that tunnel been there?
Why has that tunnel ever been allowed to be there?
Wisdom's been on the bottom side of the map for the best part of the last 2 minutes. Nobody stepped on it.
That's from when they pushed, like,
yeah,
maybe 5
it was when
minutes
they were trying
ago.
to push the top side. Huh.
Well, the more you know. Hansama now pushing this one in, of course. Runan's making it relatively easy. His CS lead continues to grow, 163 to 119. Playing a more supportive role this time around.
Ooh, where's that firing? Didn't see. Memento, I think.
Yeah, a little bit of damage. Memento the only person below 100%. So
Yep.
safe bet. Godbro trying to make an impact here. Does finally have the Yomus, but once again, Misfits are just so ridiculously far ahead. You can look for the solo outplay.
Ooh, Selfie just used Ring of Frost. It's part of his tools for dealing with Godbro, but obviously a fairly low cooldown. So I just thought Godbro may have gone aggressive after that, but they did have Ignara around.
One of the big issues, it feels like to me, is as long as Ice Shard is up, it's a relatively fat hitbox, and it's slightly longer range than the leap in from Quinn. So it's going to be really hard to get in there.
That's true. The sound of 5 traps chomping on the cupcakes with nothing stepping in them. As we saw Hansama reset his traps, this time in the middle lane, in a more offensive standpoint. Cuts Nerv off, means they can't push forward in that middle lane.
Really cuts Godbro off, too. No way to collapse onto Hansama, even if he could win the 1v1 duel.
So this setup is not impenetrable, as you can see, large gaps between. It's around the turrets that you can actually do the impenetrable ones. Sometimes there's like a teeny gap that you can fit through. These are fairly easy. This is just if a fight kicks off around that area, you can't fight and... Oh, Nardius. I was saying they're easy to get through. Okay, they're not easy to get through. Just not as difficult.
Really have to have some good knowledge of your champion's hitbox there.
Damn it, Nardius. Don't step on another one. See, We Will Fail has got this. Look at him. He's walked through it 3 times. Good job.
Comfortable against the Caitlyn. Nardi is struggling at least a little bit here. Sama, of course, spotted out by the Hawk shot and Infernal Dragon, the next major objective.
Selfie's pushing the turret topside, and it fizzes around the back. They could look to TP in here. Here comes the TP. Mega Shark are coming.
Shark goes in, hits Wicked, knock up onto 1, 2, 3 as they start to move forward. Wicked hit up by the bubble. Lamb's Respite goes down, but what an engage coming in from the side of Misfits. Wicked set to drop. How far is he going to make it to safety? Nardius burns him down, but he's left alone with Wisdom and Selfie.
Triple kill.
Triple kill coming in for the Rek'Sai. Caitlyn happy to play cleanup duty, and Misfits completely dominate Nerv.
Oh, Wisdom doesn't even need damage to be able to pick up a triple kill in that. It was only Godbro that survived, and man, the engage was pretty much perfect out from Misfits. Alphari did fall during the engage, but at the same time, you look at the setup there, forcing the Lamb's Respite out from Memento right in the middle of the fight, and it was just enough. Misfits once again just taking full control of this game. I don't really feel like much can stop them here in this setup. So Ace in the Hole comes out just for extra damage down onto Kame. It's just free damage to begin this out. So TP was channeled, and the Nami ultimate right down the river. Perfect placement in from Selfie as well there. Knock up onto multiple people from Wisdom, and look at how low everybody is. And this is Wisdom's time to shine. Gets one from there. Prey Seeker over the wall picks up Wicked. Not sure if it was particularly intentional, but gets the third kill there. And man, Misfits, their team fighting is exceptionally strong.
Yeah, Prey Seeker to pick up one, Peacemaker to pick up the other. Definitely an impressive moment coming in there from Misfits. Just beautifully coordinated on those ultimates. Nami ult with the Fizz Shark from the side, making sure you can't run that way either. And then Selfie to round it all off with that extra AoE. Lamb's Respite, really the only thing that stopped them from being obliterated in an instant. Memento buying them a little bit of time, but cannot make up for the massive gold difference at this stage. Almost 8K in the favor of Misfits as we approach the 20-minute mark. Nerv are grouping together, maybe looking for something, but the Vision spotting out Nerv time and time again.
Ace in the Hole constantly going on to We Will Fail, just knowing without added sustain, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. Always keeping them on their toes. Put the damage down. So Baron is about to spawn. And Misfits should be fairly confident at being able to bait. They do have to go up against Hawkshot and up against Quinn's W. So it's not an easy Baron bait by no means, but look at the engage coming from Selfie over the wall.
Oh, once again, flash in, double Ring of Frost, hits the ultimate, Nardius falls. Memento could be next on the list. He's going to have to throw down the Respite, or he's going to drop. The Shark goes in, Memento goes up, and then he's doomed to fall. Misfits, they take control, and man, Sama just throwing out some shots on the backside to make sure they won that one. Beautiful engage.
Misfits continuing the onslaught of aggression. They could look for the Baron right now. Wisdom is so tanky that I don't think it actually really matters here, and they have all 5 people. Memento is still dead for another 15 seconds, and Baron, although it does a lot of damage, it's not going to be able to deal with the Misfits right now. They've already got it below half health.
Godbro's here, Ignar pinging out. They have to be careful. Ignar maybe giving his life to buy time here. He's set to fall. Flash in, trying to make it to safety, but now the whole team is ready. Wicked goes in, dodges the bubble. Still going to get locked up, though, and taken down. Killing spree for Sama. Wisdom jumps forward, and Misfits completely in control. 12K gold. Are you kidding me? 21 minutes in.
Absolute dominance. And again, it's from plays like this. Sama this time manages to dodge out the arrow without using the 90 caliber net. And Selfie has the easy route in. Flash in, Ring of Frost, hit Nardius with the ultimate. Don't even need it on himself. And from there, the rest of the team can very easily capitalize on the rest of this fight. It doesn't even matter that the Fizz ultimate, the damage was blocked by the Lamb's Respite. It didn't matter. Wisdom is actually about to solo down a mid lane.
I don't think there's anything Godbro can do to get away from this. He does have flash.
This is a full tank Rek'Sai that just took on a Quinn in the top lane.
Base damage, Baron buff, and the Cinderhulk enough to just burn through that health bar. Godbro does a lot of damage to anyone but Godbro. Oh, Wisdom moving in. He's going to smite him up. He's going to get the solo kill. Wisdom, unstoppable. Godbro has to have his head in his hands after that one. What a crushing way to get kicked out.
And at that point, Nerv right now have no options available outside of a last-ditch team fight inside their own base. I mean, they can't play the split push game because Godbro dies even to the jungler of Misfits in a 1 versus 1. They're really just no options available. And look at it, Misfits playing out this game over 3 lanes. Fizz doesn't have teleport available, so he is in the top lane now, and you can see they've drifted up towards top as well, but Lissandra is pushing the bottom side too. So, I mean, there's really nothing that Nerv can do to hold on here because they're so far behind.
Absolutely. Almost a single item in every role. That is a 13K gold differential. You can see the raw power on this team line. Arrow goes in,
again.
Arrow misses.
Here's the fight.
Selfie on the way in, wave going over, isn't going to hit anybody, no, Mega Shark misses as well. Flash is coming out though, Nerv running, tails between their legs. As Misfits burned down their first inhibitor, and unfortunately it just continues to look grim on the side for Nerv. Misfits walking away.
All they gotta do is back out for mid lane now. They can just look to do the same thing again.
Baron backs coming in, you can see the differential in each roll. 4K in the mid lane, 4K just about in the bottom lane. Top lane and jungle, not even close either. 1K, a little bit more for Alfari, 2K at least for the Rek'Sai. My God, even the support, 2K ahead. That's global gold and 8 extra assists.
Ridiculous lead that Misfits have right now. Fairly rare that you see this kind of lead at this point in the game. I mean,
Fairly rare that you see this kind of lead in competitive
that is
ever.
True. I mean, SKT finished the game with like a 20K gold lead the other day in like 21
fair.
minutes, but that's
that
SKT.
was still rare,
Yeah,
and that
still
still
rare.
doesn't happen very often.
By the way, that is by no means a comparison. That is absolutely not.
Misfits
don't anybody.
new SKT.
That
James
was
Tsepha
said that.
James
Tsepha
said
that.
You heard him.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Nerv, though, moving into this jungle, maybe hoping to get a pick here. Ansama waiting in the bush. They are going to try to grab red buff. Nardi is setting up for the fight. Arrow goes down, hits Wisdom. That's not the target you want. Ansama on the backside. Godbro runs in, flash over the wall. That's great. Disengage. Godbro set to fall. Wisdom now in the back line, and there are not any options left. Flash in. Knock up on 3. Nardius drops as well. Wisdom making sure that they win this team fight. A casual run in from Ansama and the closeout. Ignar.
Support fight.
He's just going to chase it down. Ebb and flow.
Take this fight.
Let's get the intense micro breakdown. Steps forward, steps into the bush to deny vision.
He gets
hits him with the PM! That's not what you want! Oh my God, the bubble, the disrespect. The game is ending, but it just doesn't matter because We Will Failer is getting disrespected left and right.
Oh, that is painful. Meanwhile, in the base.
Closing out this game with confidence, Misfits with a massive gold lead. I can't even do the math between 53 and 36 on the fly because I've never seen a gold lead that big in a challenger game. My God, Misfits dominate the competition and finish this set out 2-0.
16.5, I believe, is the lead from that. Okay, I think
we'll get it on Twitter.
Doesn't matter how much the gold lead was.
How can't you do that math?
I mean, that was impressive by Misfits. When you look at how they completely took Nerv to pieces. I mean, I'm not a big fan of what Nerv brought in the solo lanes, like the Maokai, the Quinn. I think Quinn had enough early game that it was an okay pick, but can't really transition too well.
And additionally in the bottom lane, I feel like that could have been a good setup, but if we look at the scoreboards across both games, Misfits bottom lane 11, 1, and 35. Between both characters, 1 death. Opposite side, 4, 12, and 6 on the side of Nerv. The mismatch there is just huge.
And especially when you like take into account how much Hansama and Ignar as well, both of them had great games. Like in that last fight where Godbro goes, I'm gonna vault onto the Caitlyn, and Hansama like runs down, flashes over the wall, drags Godbro all the way over, and then vaults back to the red buff so that Hansama's completely safe. It's like there's flashy plays that go alongside it as well. Very, very impressive game from Misfits.
Absolutely, but of course with our final game knocked out, let's take a look at those standings and kind of catch up with where each team is at. Huma currently tied at the top along with Millennium and Misfits at 4 points apiece, where 4G with their double ties are at 2. EPS with the single tie, 1 point, and Nerv, of course, sitting at a low 0 after a rough first 2 weeks.
You know, rough first 2 weeks for the two of them. I think when you look at Misfits, although they're tied with 2 other teams at the top, Misfits right now are in a really weird spot. In fact, Misfits are in, they got 3 points.
Yes, so tied for first now.
Tied for first. You are correct. It's been long.
Got it.
Take it away, Tsepha.
Of course, remember to tune in again next week.
Has my name.
Yeah, it does
It's
have your
okay.
name. Remember to tune in next week. We're going to be kicking things off with 4G versus Nerv before moving on to Huma and Millennium and rounding out the day with Epsilon and Misfits. So very interesting schedule to put out the day. Have to see if Misfits can remain as dominant and how Huma and Millennium are going to match up this time around. We saw them last season. Obviously some changes coming in this season as well.
Yeah, some changes coming in. This one's got my name on it as well. So make sure if you want to check out any of those changes, you want the VODs, you want any of the history of the teams, LCS, anything like that, eu.lollysports.com. It's been remade. Looks super snazzy.
Has
really
some good
cool.
articles. Expect more content soon. We're writing away. But, of course, remember to tune in again at 12 a.m. Central European Time or 3 p.m. Pacific Time for Prime Time League.
After that, it's NACS time if you want NA Challenger fill as well. There's a whole lot of league going on these days.
Absolutely. You got to keep up. You need something in between the LCK, the LPL, the EU, the NA. You need that NACS. You need that EUCS.
So much.
Doing what we can. Of course, that's going to do it for us here today on the European Challenger Series. So on behalf of myself, Stress, and the entire broadcast team, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next week.
Woolite, he's leashed on for now. Kotsku gonna have to flash over, but JWoww follows him through, takes the kill. Kiray's down, and Paler on the back managed to grab him, and the rest of EPS are running scared. It's gonna be hard for Epsilon to really do a whole lot to collapse on him. They do manage to land the anti-air. Chrislin, he's popped up and taken out.
And he decided to flash in and actually pretty much cost Huma that whole scenario.
Speaking of flashes, boomerang backline. That's gonna be another one to pick up Chrislin. Now Huma finds Sartorius. He bops them all back, but it doesn't matter. A double kill for Chrislin.
He's out of mana, has to back away. Bottom lane
Shiro,
again.
and in comes the Syra. Stranglethorns. Noxiac with the kill. Ace in the hole on, forcing the flash away.
Ash Arrow is still up, but
Wait just a minute. They peeled off that. There goes the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. They find Chrislin, but they're trapped. And the chains are on. Chrislin is gone. Stranglethorns are up onto Wendelbo. Another teleport comes around the side. Sartorius is just knocked out of there as soon as he finishes the channel. And Kadro, the Chaos Storm, is huge. A triple kill for the victor. Huma come up huge.
and finally, oh, the hook goes to Jizuki.
Let's do one more, says Millennium. They're going to burn through the Swain, or are they? Long slow goodbye. Kaze, is he going to get turned down? Jizuki, what are you doing? Why won't you die, Bird? Oh my God, double kill Jizuki. Are you kidding me? Hook comes in to say no, but 4G now pushing it for more. Knocked back into the team. Pretty not going to get a break at all. 4G with 3 kill pickups. Masterwork gives his life for his AD carry, but at the end of the day, 4G are going to walk away with his first game win, an absolutely dominating fight. The Blue Cow replaces the Bluebird. They're going to go deeper for the fight here. Pretty getting burned down so quickly. Gap completely untouched. Taiki with 4 members. Great Gnarls! Are you kidding me? 3 members burned through. Taiki finally drops. Millennium moving back. They have to run for their lives. Gnar flash forward on the top side of the pit. The pickup for Lucian. The triple kill traded back. I see the opportunity to go in. Flash God, bro. They're moving forward. Explosive aggression coming in from the side of Nerv. Fari's caught out, or is he? Godbro jumps forward. Alfari set to fall. They're going to grab one, but Hansama's on the backside. We will Baylor getting burned down. Godbro not going to come out of the Zanyas in time. Selfie grabs one in exchange. Misfits are cleaning up house. Nardi is stunned up, knocked out. Triple kill for Hansama. And our plans aside, League of Legends. Hansama goes in. Why did you go in? That's not at all what you wanted. One misclick could be his death. Godbro knocked up, though. That's a great disengage from Ignar. Trap goes down. Selfie goes in. Boom, baby. Double kill for Misfits.